We are. Uh-oh. Please hold. We are live. What up, Chess TV? We are in Gleason's gym, the most famous boxing gym in America. It's also the oldest boxing gym in America, owned by Bruce Silverglade, Hall of Famer. He's owned it for the last 40 years, over 40 years, and dozens of world champions have come out of this gym. I think the count is up to 47. And Muhammad Ali trained here. Mike Tyson trained here. It is a legendary space, and we just graced it with some beautiful chess boxing matches. We had some live sparring earlier in the day before the event. There was a private training for Team USA. We had candidate master Deepak Aaron, the state champion of chess for Georgia, fighting against the state champion of chess for New York, FIDE master William Grafe. William will be joining us on stream in just a bit here. But if you are new here, this is a chess boxing stream. I'm a chess streamer, but I come from the chess boxing world. If you aren't familiar with chess boxing, it is the board game chess combined with the combat sport boxing. You alternate rounds between the two until checkmate or knockout, whichever one comes first. If you've never seen the sport before, kick, but I'll go ahead and link it here. You can find all of the last World Championship matches there, and we'll also be uploading a review of these matches that we just finished here in New York. If you are in America and you want chess boxing to come to your state, to your city, reach out. Reach out to me. Reach out to United Chess Boxing. We will be able to help support you getting your club up and running, finding people to come to it, be your training partners, and keep this movement growing in the United States. With that said, while we wait for William Grafe, I am going to knock out the puzzle, What Stands in Your Way? This is the Chess.com puzzle for today. It looks like the king is in some trouble here. So we're shutting down escape squares. We'll see if we are able to checkmate. It looks like this is just a two-move checkmate, no? What's wrong with this and this? All right, nice little knockout shot there. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 puzzles to catch up on while we wait for William. So we'll keep that train going. All right, that was an easy one. Spidey sensors are saying maybe a queen trap somewhere. Queen does not have many squares. Looking at this, I'm looking at this. So this abandons this, so we need to keep this there. Bishop needs to stay on b3 to defend d5. Let's try this knight move. Okay, it is the knight move. All right, it is a queen trap. We are 3 for 3. What do we have here? Ah, okay. I missed the bishop move. What is going on here? I have no idea what this move is. Hello? Okay. Wow, that's a crazy puzzle. I never would have guessed that. Holy smokes. All right, what's up? Come on, die. What a name. Welcome in. We are live from the oldest and most legendary boxing gym in America, Gleason's gym in New York City. We just had a chess boxing event here. We did play on a DGT, so we are able to pull up the games. Let's see if we can get these in here. All right, how does this look on stream? Not great. Okay. All right, let's go through a review of this. All right, E4 opening. Pretty inaccurate A6. Partly taking the center. Moving very quick at the beginning of this chess boxing fit match. trade of knights. Kyle gambiting his G-pawn. Challenging the center. Very interesting fianchettos. So we get a question mark here. Why? Queen A5 check seems to be the best move. I think this is what was played as well. Oh, it's a mistake. Looks like a natural move because it's setting up a discover attack against the queen. But the most accurate move was this check. Now the check comes in. Very natural block here. What is my rating? My rating when I was competing was about 1700, was my peak. I have atrophied for sure since I've been inactive in chess boxing. But I commentate all of our international events, and not a mistake when it has a light red, it's a miss. It's just what it's called on the chess.com engine. A miss is still a mistake. That's a blunder. Big fat double question mark. Why? Knight takes d4. All right. So why can he do this? If knight d4, knight retakes. So let's see this. Bishop takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Queen takes d4. And then rook d1. And then the queen's out, nice and safe. Queen e5. With check. Okay. So that is not what was played. Instead, we challenge the queen again. Kyle keeping, Hartley using his time. This is around when they went to boxing. So after 3 minutes of chess, they go to boxing. We have the retake. Hey. All right, Kyle in a commanding position. Now about to force the trade of rooks. So because we have the protection and the... what's up, Uncommon? Good to see you. Been a minute. This rook is pinned. So this trade is essentially forced. So black is simplifying here in order to win the endgame, and also has a slight time advantage. Seems very drawish. It would be if it wasn't chess boxing. But yeah, opposite color bishops. The one benefit for the light square bishop is it promotes the most likely square for this pawn to promote. But you'll see how the game develops. It is not a draw. We have a trade here. We have black improving his position, taking the middle, keeping the king next to his pawns. So big mistake here because of d4 check. Pretty natural move though. Easy to make this mistake. Black continuing to improve. All right. This is the win condition for white. If he's able to get this majority and promote, one of these two flank pawns is the win condition. Obviously, black's is this really strong central pass pawns. All right, so the best move for white is this move. He brings it back to almost equal. What went wrong here? So this was the miss. Should have been H takes. I guess the thinking is you keep this here and you keep the king away. So when this breaks, the bishop can slide back and still cover both of these squares. So take, push, but he's never going to promote because now this king is going to be able to... All right, so the better move here was a5. Oh, and because this bishop doesn't control this square, he can just sit here and draw. Okay. He could have drawn it, but look at the time. 2 seconds left. Load time, and there it is. Loss on the draw. And because the king didn't take care of this one is going to promote. So even if it wasn't a time loss, this position would have been one for black. Pretty good. Okay, let's see if there's a second game in here somehow. All right, here is William's game. Let's try to get William in here in order to review it. I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the champ of pawns and punches. You can pull up a chair right here.
You're live right now.
Yep.
We got hi everyone.
We had a wonderful training earlier today. Let's just make sure you're in frame here. You are currently behind the board. How are we gonna do this?
I'll get like behind you.
We can't do middle.
Slide a little to your right.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. I feel like, well, I can just do what you tell me to do as we review the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Maybe we move this. Is that better? Up? No. Doesn't really make a difference. We'll keep it down. Okay. So, FIDE Master William Grave took on Candidate Master Deepak Aaron. Deepak is the state champion of chess for Georgia. He's a 3-time state champion, and William just won the state championship for New York. And so we had a state championship showdown as the main event of this Pawns and Punches event in New York. We had the legendary Gleason's Gym, the oldest boxing gym in America. Local chess hustler. Who is the
I've been
biggest
in
chess
Washington
hustler?
Square a few times.
Yep. He's also the
know not to
Gambit.
play me for money.
He's also the Gambit Man on YouTube. So if you want to check him out, just type in the Gambit Man on YouTube. You'll see the gambits that William creates himself. He also streams there, so a good place to track him down.
And that can stuff came out in this game.
Let's go ahead and pull up the game. Okay. So before we get into the game, what was your strategy against Deepak? Did you research him at all? Was there any sort of prep that you did? What did that look like?
No. So
No.
my prep was going over my gambit repertoire that I show off on my YouTube, and I walk the walk. I played against all levels, and I think being very aggressive and taking someone out of their preparation, and it's very psychologically distressing, and it has a big advantage in chess, in blitz, and in this format. So I was just going over my stuff. I didn't really know what he would play, but yeah, I just want to play my stuff, because especially in the lines that I play, they're so uncommon that there was really nothing I could prep in terms of what he typically does against this.
And getting white for you, it seems like there's more of an advantage because you have these gambits as white that people might not be as familiar with.
That's true, but I got him for both sides.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into it.
So I will say, because, sorry to cut you off instantly, but because we had played earlier today, I played E4 in the first game, and we got that Alapin gambit against the French, and we were actually discussing, and the line he played against it was very strong, and we were discussing that opening, and I just didn't want to play the same thing again. I always want to make sure that I really just do my best to surprise my opponent, and so with D4, I was going for a Von Pompil gambit, which never actually materialized here, but that's what I was going for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get through the opening.
So here we had already transposed into a French, which was already kind of not what I wanted. What I wanted was for him to go back a couple moves, for him to play D5 instead of E6,
okay,
and to stop E4, and then I would play E4, sacrificing a pawn.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, bishop G5, and then I have a lot of preparation here in the Von Pompil gambit, which is one of my specialties. And typically, you can get it almost every time you play D4, whether they play D5 on the first move or on the second move. You can get that position, and then you play bishop G5. And this is a very tricky line. But for Deepak, I probably should have known this, because as a French player, he's going to just want to transpose into what he's familiar with, and so E6 makes a lot of sense for him to play here, and to not walk into my stuff. Okay, so E4, I don't know, what else do I do? And now after D5, so now that we've just transposed into a French. And
it's that time for me. Getting out of here. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Absolutely. Come around here real quick. So this is Kyle Grasser. Just come right behind his head.
coming right there.
We have a whole assembly line here. So Kyle's one of the first people to Chessbox in the United States, along with Jarrett in New York, about 12 years ago. And he will be the Team USA heavyweight. He was the other matchup for the game that we just reviewed before William joined. He was the winner with the black pieces. Do you want to say how you like the event? And
I thought it was great. Thanks so much for putting it together.
Yeah, you excited about Serbia?
Absolutely, I can't wait. I don't know. I thought it was fantastic. I had a great time. I hope everybody watching. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for comments.
Perfect. We'll look forward to seeing more of Kyle. We'll be tracking the journey to the World Championship with Team USA. So follow on United Chessboxing. Follow the individual fighters' channels. Thanks so much for doing this, man. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk more sanction stuff and New York chessboxing stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Good plan with your meeting.
See ya. Alrighty,
So
back to it.
already 3 moves in, so we're in a super common position, right? This is like imagine I started with E4, and we just got into a French, and I played knight C3 on the third move. And then he played knight F6. Okay, we're in a French, and so here he definitely has the preparation advantage, because I actually don't even play knight C3 in any capacity. So I knew of this one line with bishop g5 where I can still sacrifice something, and I'm like, okay, I'll give this a shot. So he plays bishop g5, and so here black has a few different options, one of which is taking the pawn on e4, one of which is bishop b4, which launches some very sharp stuff. Because bishop b4 actually allows e5, which looks like it wins a piece, although it doesn't quite win a piece. But he played probably like the most tame and solid option, which is bishop e7. And so here e5, e7. And so already like this is kind of a win for white in the sense that this is still very much established theory. Again, not that I know this super well, but trading the dark square bishops is a win for white in the French because I have dark square center pawns, and that makes my dark square bishop the bad bishop by definition. It's a little bit restrained by its diagonals. For me, it's not so bad because I have a little bit more space. For him, his dark square bishop is the good bishop. It's the one not restrained by his own center pawns, right? His dark square bishop's able to move around and breathe. The light square bishop, famously, is for black in the French, is like the bad French bishop, right? So I was able to trade probably a better piece. h4, I offered him a chance to take on g5 twice, which is the interesting gambit that I alluded to earlier.
And he declined it.
He declined it. He declined it immediately. So I could tell here he was still very much in preparation. So okay, here of course I'm going to take on e7, and like there were a few moves here I didn't really know exactly. I just wanted him to stop playing moves instantly, and so I played a move that was just like a little bit weird and funky here, rook h3, which is like I don't know exactly where I want to develop my pieces, but I know my king's castling long. And rook h3 can be useful move in a lot of respects. It can come, there, in any of these spots, depending on what he does. So that was useful. And so c5 looks like a very natural move for black here, but I didn't think he could quite play it because my knight would jump into b5. And when my knight jumps into b5, the next square it might come to is either c7 or d6. Exactly. So rook h3. Okay, so my rook and my queen and my bishop. Like I'm gonna try to get him on the king side. So I was actually a little bit surprised that he castled, but I mean I'm sure it was
into
fine.
this pressure, which we'll see how that pressure develops in just a few moves.
I will say, I'm sure I was losing. I don't know. I don't know exactly how, and he didn't know exactly how. But I think in this game, I got myself into a situation where the queen and the rook and everything was tangled up, and I'm sure there was a way for him to win one of those things. It was just like not obvious how to do it.
And that's where the chess boxing of it all comes into play.
Exactly.
In between, you're spending a minute on the heavy bag, going as hard as you can, getting the heart rate super high. There's time pressure, there's audience pressure. We had almost 200 people here today watching the
I definitely
matches.
felt it. But it was a lot of fun. I like
And
it.
it's good to get reps in front of people, trying to mimic the state of the World Championship as much as you can. People are going to be watching you. The pressure's going to be on. It's going to be on way more than it is here. But hometown turf, hometown crowd, boxing in front of people. Everyone's watching. Everyone's cheering. All these things are good reps to get before it's the real deal. When everything's on the line, when you could win a medal, when you could represent your country.
I'll tell you something. I love pressure.
Yeah,
I
good.
like it.
Pressure makes diamonds. It's good that you like it.
I used to, like, in chess, like, okay, they tell you block out the tournament situation, don't focus on anything other than move in front of you. For me, that was just, like I tried to do it, but I felt like I was fighting myself. And so the nerves now is just something I just embrace and I let fuel me.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Great. So, okay. So felt like you were losing, but there's attacking chances.
Yeah. Just tried to make things difficult for him.
Time is about equal. We're coming up on the first boxing round here.
Okay, this is where we stopped? I actually don't recall exactly.
No, we have about 15 seconds until the stop.
Okay, so I hated this move, but okay, I mean, that's kind of, I think, a very practical choice. If my queen goes to, my queen was either going to g4 or h5, right? I'll tell you right now, I wasn't going to do anything else. So I think my queen on g4, though, would have gotten struck with f5, potentially. And then, you can also recapture an off the saw with the knight there. So my queen on h5, like, if your queen's able to just kind of hang out near their enemy king, especially just like in Blitz when you don't have much time to think about it, like, yeah, I'd love to hang out there. So, yeah, I think the issue for me right now is that he's actually in a nice spot where he can strike with either f6 or c5. And so this nice sort of structure, yeah, f6 or c5, and this nice sort of structure that's keeping my position together can start collapsing pretty quickly. So I think that's kind of the concern right now.
And he's basically just trying to break up these central pawns.
Exactly, which is the
trying
idea
to
of
relieve
a
some of the
French
pressure.
player. Exactly. So played your F5, which I don't blame him. I think that's a human move, honestly. So obviously, en passant. I mean, okay, en passant is mandated by federal law, of course, but I'm an outlaw because if knight takes F6 happens, that's like a very pretty recapture. It hits my queen, and black has a lot of space.
A lot of tempo.
Exactly. But F5, very human move to kind of just like block, potentially bishop going to D3, that diagonal and everything. So rook G3, I played, let me create a threat, let me activate the rook there.
This was beautiful. You did a great job. I'm here tomorrow in the morning. So.
Awesome, bro.
Right.
Will I see you tomorrow?
Have a good training.
Will I see you tomorrow? Will I see you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm here tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
here early to teach, and then I'm with you guys too. So.
All right, thanks, Devin.
Good. See ya.
So C5, great move on his part, I guess. So he's letting me take H6, which I was surprised about. I thought Rook G3 would prompt a defensive reaction because I'm threatening to take H6 now that I generated that pin, right? So I thought he'd have to play like King H8. This is what I thought when I played Rook G3. So King H8, I always kind of assume people are going to respond to me, and then my G1 knight was going to head to F4. This is what I'm dreaming about. Via E2 potentially to F4, and then come to G6 for a fork. Once I got his king to H8.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But okay, I mean he has ideas too, and I think C5 just letting H6 hang. So I think anybody else, especially I play online, okay, they're scared of me. They're not gonna let me take H6. They'd be playing King H8. But he's striking back at me. And so when he played C5, this was, I think, my first big think of the game. And
This is also about...
Oh, yeah, there's the clock.
It's coming up where that 3 minute is.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, it's surprising that this strike kind of where the kings aren't is more important than the strike where the kings are. Generally the latter category of those two things is more important. But taking on H6 doesn't actually have a strong follow-up move. And so this was a really great move by Deepak. Player at his caliber knows when you can break the rules. So take H6, but yeah, he takes D4, and then knight takes E5 is his next move. So
and no checkmate. He has plenty of defenders, right?
Yeah. And I only really have my queen and rook there. So yeah, if I had my knight come into G6, it might be a different story. But you're exactly right. So C5, and yeah, I got to deal with this. The center is collapsing. My knight's on C3, where it might be nice to have a pawn there. In the versions of the French I play, I would have a pawn there. So where we fortify that, and then all the pawns defend each other, right? Okay, so C5 here, everything's collapsing. I got to make the most of it and take it. Oh, that wasn't right. I don't know.
So
I think this is the sort of position where it's very hard to play accurately from both sides. So it's saying now...
Knight B5 was best move.
Okay, Knight B5 was something I absolutely would have done if his king was still around for checks on C7 and D6.
But now this threat isn't nearly as... I guess the rook is still trapped, so there is still a threat. There isn't a great square for this knight, so he can't easily defend this square either.
I kind of thought Knight B5 he could even, let's say, okay, Knight A6 is an option with regards to C7 or Knight C6, but let's say you even, let that rook go.
Remove a potential defender. Yeah, because then,
C6,
you're kind of just camping out all the way out here.
Yeah. Tough move to play, I think. F4 that it's recommending, I think is a logical choice to fortify my center and stop his idea of F4. But anyway, okay, take C5. Okay, not the best.
Okay. Well, he has a miss right back, so...
I think the issue with F4 is it opens up the queen's defense at E5, whereas before the knight could have captured. But he wants to play rook F5, so it's hard to say that F4. I think, yeah, okay. I think F4 made things very spicy.
It is saying best move is King H8. And it gives Black a slight advantage. It's the only way that he could get an advantage.
Okay, so now sort of saying now defend the H6 pawn. Let's let the king out of the way.
It's saying basically these two are hanging. Ignore them. Protect your king.
Right. Interesting position here. So F4. I got to keep my rook on the G line, my big threat on H6. And yeah, I like that decision by him playing rook F5. So he's not just folding, being like, okay, you're the only one making threats. Like, for example, if he played just like King H8 last turn instead of rook F5, then I play bishop D3.
Tension leaves.
Yeah, I play bishop D3 and there's no more rook F5. And eventually my next move is queen G6, queen H7. So rook F5 was a great choice by him. Okay, so I take on H6, but he's got stuff too. So he's firing right back at me. So I take H6. This I was surprised about. I did think knight takes E5 was a better move. He took with the rook, yeah.
I think just to get the tempo in the check,
Right.
the engine does say it's a mistake. So best move was knight takes E5.
Yeah, knight takes E5 because it hits my rook. Then I would play like, yeah, rook G5 here, and it's a very weird sort of position where it's like, you know, my queen is also on the verge of getting trapped, and I'm clinging onto this pin, but I get away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But he also, yeah, once he takes on E5, he's got like 3 center pawns to 0.
And you would want to keep your queen on the board in that. Oh no, you have to retake because now this
Exactly.
tension is no longer there.
Yeah, so knight
Interesting.
G5 hitting the rook, it becomes very uncomfortable because I'm very reliant on that rook right now.
You basically relieve the tension by doing it this way.
Right. Right.
Is there a word? Oh no, he can't come there
I
either.
think
Okay.
the thing is also after rook G5 is he just does something else. I'm kind of like stuck there, and it looks like my rook and queen are in very aggressive spots. That's in part true if I have other pieces to help, but it's actually like I'm clinging on to their survival barely, and potentially other pieces can come and attack them one more time. It's not clear. So yeah, this is not the sort of position I was going for. I think rook F5 was a very clever move on his part, but okay, I guess rook takes E5 changed things because yeah, bishop E2 is an easy move for me to play. And now I think we're in a situation where my ideas are really obvious.
Yep.
Like I want to castle long, I want to play knight F3 with tempo, attacking his rook. You know, in some world I want to play knight G5 when that's not blocking my rook. I want to put my bishop on D3. You know, I want to get his king, right? And black needs to untangle themselves from this pin, but it's not obvious how to do it. I'm actually surprised this position is as good for me as it is, according to the engine. Okay, rook G6, yeah, my decision is like I only have one move there. My rook is hit, I gotta keep it on the G line. So I think I've done a good job. Like if this were a classical game, I think we'd have a totally different outcome. I think I did a good job here.
Playing the format.
Yeah, playing format, exactly.
In Deepak's interview, he also said the same. He said
Yeah.
that you had a much more intuitive understanding of the transition between the two and was also playing the right way for what we were doing. Not necessarily the best chess from like a classical perspective, but like making him think, getting out of this typical kind of theory that's second nature and doing well, especially right after coming back to the board.
Nobody plays that Magnus Carlsen endgame in Chessboxing. Not even Magnus Carlsen if he were to Chessbox.
That's right. Challenge.
Yeah. Magnus, come Chessbox me. Okay, so yeah, like I said, my next couple moves are easy. Knight F3 attacks the rook. Rook moves. I castle my king the only way it can go. And suddenly it's like, okay, my pieces are in good spots. It's not like you didn't make some like terrible blunder or anything. My pieces are in good spots here, so knight F8 hit my rook.
So this rook is basically out of squares.
Yeah, it is out of squares. I moved it to what I thought was the only square. I've seen this move G4. That's a tough one to find. I can't even say that. No, this ain't pawn G4 because the rook can't go there. That is,
So basically creating a threat of your own.
yeah, but oh, okay. Because it's like if my rook falls, then my queen is immediately hanging.
Yep.
So I would have to recapture on G6. This is a very difficult move to find, I think. But I mean, the point is in that resulting position.
Wait a minute.
So
Kind of close to getting mated. No,
I can't let my queen drop. Right?
Yeah, right.
So G4,
Okay.
if he took on G6, but I would play queen takes G6. I mean, okay, it's so easy to talk when the engine is running. But I would play queen takes G6, and then his rook would be trapped.
Gotcha.
That's what. But I didn't see this at all. So my rook is hit. My rook is. The thing about my queen is it's like I'm in this situation of relying on my rook for my queen's life. It's not so much by choice. I would kind of move out of there if I could. but my queen has nowhere to go. So, you know, the only way out is through. The only way out is through. I have to bring other pieces and have to come get his king. My Mara queen are there. There's like I can't retreat.
Make or break.
Yep.
Knockout or lose.
Yep.
Okay, so we come back. We have basically a game-ending blunder.
Yeah. I think the thing about this style of chess that I'm trying to play is it makes great players look like you know. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't need to win 99 accuracy versus 98 accuracy. I'm very happy with the low accuracy scores.
Yep.
And going for
Make
it.
chaos and manage the chaos better than your opponent.
Yeah. So E5. I mean, like I understand it. Like he's got this massive center. He's trying to get the bishop out. You know, push that. So yeah,
Great
I
move.
think the big downside here is that what I'm just kind of seeing, and again, I'm not calculating all these lines, but if my bishop comes to c4 for the big check, that ends the game, right? So I want that pawn. I really want that pawn. Yeah. And I think now what I'm able to do here, I started off with like just the rook or just the queen or just those two. Now we're in a situation where all my pieces are in the game, and that's always what I'm trying to do. Everybody joins the party, and for black, he's still kind of maybe playing without 2 or 3 pieces here.
So if take, you're coming with the pin.
That was my idea. Yeah, bishop c4. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Bishop c4. I don't know. Okay, I took
Well,
it.
this sets up what comes later.
It does set up
Little-
what comes later.
little foreshadowing, so.
Well, the thing is, I can never take on f5, right? He can trade rooks with me if he wants to trade queens. He can take, and then I would have to recapture the queen because I lose the pin. Right. But now we're in a situation where I just picked up a pawn, and the endgame would be good for me. I can't take his rook because then I lose my pin and I lose my queen.
Why are you so dominant in this position? Why is it almost 5 points?
Because my pieces are playing and his aren't. Right? He's still without the rook, without the bishop, and that's
his game. You want to come say hi? Okay.
another.
All right, so we have the president of North Brooklyn Chess, one of the partners for this event. This is Heather Brown. Let's make sure you are in frame. Just come right next to William's head here.
It's a little delayed, huh?
You're a little behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, uploads.
I'm sure you're.
I mean, I'm.
It's right behind here.
Also on the chessboard.
Let's take a quick pause, and we'll just hide this so we can all 3 be in the frame.
Okay. Really leaving that was like a clip.
Ta-da! Yeah, we just got to like probably the most interesting part of the game, which I know the cliffhanger means everyone will stick around and
All right,
see
good,
it
good
then.
timing.
So, how do you think the event went?
I've been hearing a lot of feedback, really great things from people walking out the door, great things from everyone involved. I think there's an opportunity here to do this more often.
Yep.
And to bring more people and just continue to grow the sport and continue to grow the game.
I love to hear it. Music to my ears. We are also starting up more training opportunities in the New York City area. So with North Brooklyn Chess, with William being in Williamsburg.
They named it for me.
Actually, one
Exactly.
step away too, we figured that out.
Yeah, 1 step away. So there will be more options. If for whatever reason Gleason's in Brooklyn isn't convenient for you, Sundays at 11. There'll be weekday options. There'll be stuff in Manhattan. So all that is to come.
Come meet us.
Come meet up, come train, come try your medal against the state champion of chess and future chessboxing world champion. And yeah, also great reps all around the city. I love what you were saying earlier about New York City chess. You want to repeat it?
Sure. I mean, New York City has a thriving chess community. I feel like there is a chess club every single night of the week, practically every single neighborhood. We're all very collaborative and supportive as well, to all levels, all ages, all skill ranges. It's really just about growing the game and having fun when you do it.
And when is North Brooklyn Chess?
Yeah, North Brooklyn Chess plays on Thursdays, 7 p.m. at Common Molly's. If you're in New York, it's off the Grand Street Station off of the L. We'd love to have you come by.
Boom! Go check it out.
If I may, just in terms of chess boxing, Matt, you competed at the World Championships 7 years ago when there was like not nearly as much groundwork as is now. I come in and all I have to focus on is being the best athlete I can be. And because of all the organization that's happened here, all the videographers, you guys doing all these events and everything, all the support, that I feel and that you guys have for me. And so it's just so awesome, and I really, really appreciate you guys. This is just an awesome moment for our sport now. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. No, this is a dream come true. I mean, I said it in the ring. I'll say it again. Like the fact that chess clubs are getting interested in chess boxing, willing to open it up to their audiences. The fact that we had about 200 people here watching a non-contact version of chess boxing.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. So tons of gratitude. Got emotional. Like William was saying, it was like me and one other guy doing chess boxing in the United States 7 years ago. So to see it growing like this is really special.
Thank you,
we are selling out Gleason.
It's the coolest sport. I mean, let's be real.
It is.
It's the best sport. what else is like this? The only thing that's like this, you watch the biathlon once every 4 years.
Yep.
That's the only thing.
If you aren't familiar with biathlon, it is cross-country skiing with sharpshooting. So very similar high heart rate, high fatigue state with a precision counter sport.
Yeah.
So the two combined is equated to chess boxing, but it's so different. It's an endurance sport instead of a sprint kind of sport.
Came out of a military necessity for them.
Precision is like moment of self-control for when you fire. It's not like having to calculate moves in the future. So yes, it's similar, but ours is so much harder.
I didn't realize I was talking about biathlete expert. I can watch it once every 4 years.
I interviewed. So I'm writing a book on state change management,
Yes.
and I interviewed a biathlete
makes sense.
about it. So I could compare and contrast chess boxing and biathlon.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of that.
It's a great time to get involved.
Come to chess clubs. Come check out chess boxing training. Come to more of these events when, not if, when they are planned. And so much.
Onwards and upwards.
Follow Northport and Chess.
Follow Northbrook and Chess.
I like your logo and everything.
All right. Handmade by an artist, local artist too.
Are those for sale?
Yes.
Okay.
You wanna buy one?
Yes.
Okay.
Can mine also have president on the back of it?
No.
Aww.
It can't. But I'll give you something else on the back. How about that?
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Should we continue the review?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone say bye to
My
her.
breakdowns.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. How do we get this thing back? Boom. Hello.
Put a cliffhanger, I think.
Yeah, we're back.
Dude, how fitting is it that like we got such a cool ending for
It was amazing. The Rook sacrifice. It was great.
Thank you.
It was really great chess.
Thank you.
Wait, we don't ruin anything.
No,
Shut up. Okay, almost 2,000 people on Chess TV. Hello. If you are just tuning in, we are finishing the review of our main event in the Pawns and Punches chess boxing event in New York City tonight. It just happened. That's why this guy's still sweating, or looking like he sweat not too long ago. We are in the climax of FIDE Master William Graf's game against candidate Master Deepak Aaron. It was the showdown of state champions, Deepak from Georgia and William from New York. We just got to an inflection point in the game where William just got took advantage of a blunder by Deepak. This is after 2 boxing rounds had already occurred, so heart rates were high and mistakes were made. So
Can
let's
you
pick up
actually
from
point
here.
out for me when the second boxing round happened? Do you know? It was somewhere. 'Cause I was exhausted. You know, I think the first one.
I had y'all go a little long because I was talking
60
to.
seconds doesn't seem that long. Oh.
Yeah. it was like 10 extra seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was doing like 4 jobs,
that's so
and
fair.
one of them dropped.
I did say it felt long, but for me, like it felt long. Like it feels like 10 hours. It's so exhausting. I don't know. I was going for it. Anyway. So yeah, tired coming back to the board. Absolutely a part of it.
Yeah, around move 13. So
Okay.
yeah, it had already happened.
All right. I think I have good practice in general, playing impaired, distracted, etc. Just like throughout my life.
Impaired, huh? Okay. All right. So he swings in, trying to bring
I
in
think this is
another.
a very human move, I think, because it's like it does a few things that just like in blitz in this situation just like make a lot of sense.
Improves a piece.
Yep, defends
Challenges the
G7
rook.
one more time. Attacks my rook, which as I keep saying is everything to me in this position. Again, the rook on f5 is hanging right now, like he blocked his bishop, but I can't take it because of my queen. So, and it shields the big diagonals. Like if I come in with bishop c4, keep this in mind. If I come in with bishop c4, then the game can end. So, just looks appealing. Absolutely cannot blame him for an 86. And from here, I had to find some pretty precise moves. So I know it's a big number right now, but you do one thing wrong and your rook goes away, and then your queen goes away once your rook goes away. So I think the most important thing right now is realizing that after knight takes g5 comes, I need a recapture on g5, but my queen can no longer be on h6 when that happens. So I finally have the opportunity, finally for the first time in this game, to get my queen a little bit out of hot water. So to me, really I was just deciding between, like I looked at a lot of things, but mainly queen h5 and queen g6 here.
Okay, and we went with h5, which gets a double x-flame, brilliant on the board. Bow, bow, bow.
That's so nice. Wait, that hits like crack. Come on, who doesn't love seeing that on their move? Okay, yeah, queen h5, because now if he goes, he did play knight takes g5 in the game. Now knight takes g5 I'm able to play.
Oops.
and sticking with the theme of all pieces firing on all cylinders together, this now looks great. Like visually to me, this looked great when I was calculating last turn. So my queen's not on h6, it's on h5. Very, very, very important distinction now that I no longer have the pin. And this just looks great to me. Like I didn't see how he was stopping the queen coming to h7, for example. Look. All right, we'll get to it.
Now, no rush. But I am now remembering the game and calculating a little combination, just like a knockout combination.
Turn the engine off right now. Can they see it?
No, they can't see it. I did it.
Okay, you can see it this whole time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the queen's coming.
You can just see
The eval bar?
the eval bar.
Okay, got it. So, if you're black right here, I don't think you can play anything other than rook takes g5. Queen h7 is about to kill you, right? So I sacrificed an exchange here, but you need to keep my queen out of h7. So rook takes g5, and it looks like the game is going to continue. So if you go forward one move, so no one saw anything. No one saw.
My bad.
Okay. It looks like the game's going to continue. I play h takes g5, and he plays bishop f5, for example, something like that. Maybe bishop e6. Looks like the game's going to continue. He's going to bring his bishop and his rook out into the game, which he has not had the chance to do. And critically, yeah, like let's say the bishop on e6 or something, right? If he had a chance even to finish development, right? You asked me what the difference was, why the position was so good. It's because my pieces were in the game and his weren't. And this was just a situation where, I tell my students always, no automatic moves. No automatic moves. Always look around, especially, in a situation where you've gotten your pieces on great squares. In aggressive posts, tactics will come for you, and so always check for checks, captures, threats in every position, and that's why we do that. And from there, it's puzzle rush. Enter this one in puzzle rush right now.
I mean, this is I definitely want to save this for a future puzzle. Because it came in a chessboxing match, so it should be in like our curriculum.
Hang
Team
this
USA.
position in the loop.
Yeah. Okay. So, find your brilliant. Find your brilliant. Bam! Second brilliant of the game. Forcing move.
Yeah. And it's because the reason this works is if he had had a chance to play bishop e6, his rook would cover, that diagonal would be shielded, none of this would work. But my queen is in a perfect spot, cuts off f7, cuts off h7. So there's nowhere for the king to run. You gotta take it. And then bishop comes right in. And just all the pieces are in the best spots.
So it is forced.
Yeah.
Has to come here.
And he has
There's
no
the
blocks.
finishing
He has no
move.
blocks on e6
And
or
that's
d5.
where Deepak extended the hand.
Yes.
And the crowd goes wild. FIDE Master, William Grafe, New York
I have to do it in
overcoming
front of
Georgia.
multiple fans.
As much of it pains me. I think the hometown crowd was very happy.
Yes,
So
yes.
Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on another big step forward towards the World Championship.
Thank you so much.
Very excited to see all this play out.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
Again, plug yourself. Where can people find the Gambit Man?
Gambit Man is on YouTube. Gambit Man plays like this all the time against
Where's the
everyone.
tag? Is it the Gambit Man?
At Gambit Man. Yep.
Boom.
I'm streaming now every day pretty much, although I'm about to go play in the Menorca Open, so I'll also have breakdowns of that. Yeah, I come up with crazy opening ideas so this one wasn't a crazy opening per se, but I'm always trying to sacrifice things, take my opponents out of preparation, and you can find full repertoire breakdowns of how to play all those things on my link tree. And yeah, I mean, I am really passionate about the romantic style of chess and about not playing main lines in general, and that chess has not gone stale. We don't need to reinvent the game to chess 960 per se. There's always new things to discover in the opening. You don't need to prep your 25th move, Kyle Land prep. Deviate on move 2. Make it difficult for your opponent. Make it difficult for your opponent. That's always, if you're anxious, you're psychologically distressed, just imagine them. And so, that's always what I'm trying to do, is make things difficult for them and induce mistakes. And, we have a lot of fun with it. So, really passionate about contributing to the game, making up brand new things. I gotta name this stuff, the stuff I play. So I love that. And playing aggressive chess, and now Chessboxing. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on. And that's the journey now that I'm sharing with my followers. And yeah, I mean, Matt, all the credit goes to you really for getting me into this. Dating back to the Ludwig event, dating back to all this organization and everything. So, yeah.
Beautiful, bro. Well, we're happy to have you.
Good,
We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bland agrees. Appreciate the follow. Tim, pre-work. Thanks for the recent follows. We're gonna do a short stream. We really just wanted to review that game. Come in from a really cool place out in the world, Gleason's Gym. If you're in New York, come check it out. These pictures behind us, that's not a green screen. That's actually where we are. We are in the office of a Hall of Fame boxing coach who owns Gleason's Gym, named Bruce Silverglade. And you should check it out when you visit New York. Also, we will have a new New York chess boxing organization starting up with more training opportunities. So if you want to train with William, you want to train with Heather, you want to train around different parts of New York, check those out. And there is still the weekly training every Sunday, 11 a.m. with Devin. Coach Devin is the brother of Maurice Ashley. He's a multi-time kickboxing world champion, great trainer. So you have plenty of opportunities to get into the sport with plenty of great people. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Rock and roll. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you, Chess TV, for the slot and for your continued support of Chessboxing growing. Couldn't do it without you. Chess.com. Love you. Mean it. And movers, get in the Discord, exclamation point Discord. That's where we post stream schedules. That's where I let you know about cool events like this one. We'll go ahead and throw that in there, too, before we call it. Who we rating?
Don those Gambit glasses, baby.
What is it?
I put on the Gambit glasses every time I play a Gambit.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yep.
I like those. What the hell is this thing? Go away. Go away, Frost. I can't see my raid thing. Oh, there we go. All right. Any chess streamers live? Noah Chess, who am I following?
This is sad. I'll go live.
Chess Brawl's live.
Oh, okay, there you go.
10 years. I think it's Yas streaming. Is that right? Yeah. Cool. All right. Go say hi to Chess Brawl for us. See you, movers. Yeah, Chessboxing rules.
Gotta agree.
All right. Have a good rest of your night. See you soon. Next stream is Monday. Monday for the arena. We're giving away chess.com membership and cash prizes thanks to Outpost Chess. See ya!